Can you tell us the story behind the song, I Promise It's Not Goodbye?
Well, it started with a phone call from some really nice people who ran a hospice in Texas where this man, Roy De La Rosa, was staying, and they were caregivers. They were taking care of him. They would try to do a sort of a Make-A-Wish style gesture to different patients, and he was one of them where they said, is there anything, that maybe we could put together for you is there something that you'd like to do or whatever? And his answer was that he wanted to be able to meet me or talk to me. And he had lost a daughter to the same thing that he has now, which is cancer, brain cancer. And they had listened to my music, and his daughter had listened to my music, and it was just a part of their life, and I think a part of this awful thing that they were going through. And so I got him on the phone, and we talked about it, and he was just like, he seemed like really conscious of my time and the gesture of calling him, almost to a fault where I felt like, I got to call you. Like the phone call was really quick, and I hung up the phone and thought, that's not right. He was too polite, so I got him back I called him back, and then that sort of proceeded, like more phone calls, and then we started texting each other back and forth, and he started sending me pictures, and he eventually sent me this poem that is the lyrics to the song. And 2 days later, he sent me another text message saying, oh, and by the way, if you've ever, I'm not expecting anything, but if you ever feel like it, you could put that poem to music. And that was like enough of a nudge that I just did it, and I just recorded it at home. And it was actually kind of tough to sing the first couple times when I was recording it because of the, you sort of feel the weight of the subject matter. And it also gave me sort of this hope in humanity that somebody like Rory can live through this and still write sort of this beautiful, positive poem. It made me feel better, like, wow, he's actually really come to terms with this and this situation that he's in, and, it was inspiring.
And now, do you picture him? Do you picture his daughter? How do you not get choked up when you sing it?
I do get choked up when I sing it.
You do, eh?
Yeah. Some of the lines, especially the third verse where, his daughter is sort of singing back to him. That one gets me every time. That one was really difficult to sing because of that, just getting kind of choked up about it, because there's the first two, it's the first two verses, it's his daughter singing to the mother and then to the brother, but then when it's his daughter singing to him, I'm realizing that he wrote that.
Right.
So he's writing this sort of reassurance from his own daughter back to him, but it's coming from him, and that whole concept kind of gets to me. It means more than anything. At that point, it's sort of like, it doesn't matter to me if nobody but he and his family heard the songs that he was telling me about. That would have been one.
This is a song that I wrote the music for, but a friend of mine named Rory wrote the lyrics. It was a poem for his daughter who passed away. She was about this big, and she died of cancer, and he has a brain tumor now, and he's dying, but I did this song for him because I think he's going to make it. And he wrote some beautiful words. He lives in Killeen right now, in Killeen, Texas, and he's sitting there, and he's going to YouTube this tonight. So film it, whoever can. I can't get my camera to work, but you all film it.
I love just playing and singing music. It's I'll actually, even though I've come from a background of hard rock music, some of my favorite records are just like a guy and a guitar. And I haven't spent that much time in my career doing that, and it's something that I really love to do more of, so doing this show is great. My first and foremost musical influence was the Beatles, where not knowing it at the time, being like 9 years old, not knowing who wrote what, if it was Paul singing it, if it was John singing a song, if it was George, I didn't know. I just thought that's what a rock band is. You do whatever you want, you sing differently for different songs. Paul McCartney, who's someone as a singer, I think is kind of looked over because he has so much talent in other places. A guy that could sing a song like Yesterday and then turn around and sing a song like Helter Skelter, to me that doesn't happen that often. And I feel like I owe a large part of my career to kind of just accepting rock music that way and never thinking that it was supposed to be any way differently.
You're very polite and I appreciate it, but in between songs you can make all the noise you want. You can yell at me. You can say whatever you can say. Chris, you make me sick.
No.
Fuck you, Chris. Whatever you want to say. Just
No.
Chris, this is bullshit.
No.
I'm gonna tell Sting what you said. Again, I forgot my place. I forgot what I was gonna play.
Well, that's awesome. Every note you're writing is perfect.
I didn't feel afraid for my own future so much. Now I feel concerned for my future because I feel concerned for my children's future, and that kind of snuck its way into my songs. That sort of anxiety about what happens to the planet, what happens politically, what happens, just simply in the next 5 years, 10 years, what happens to the environment, all of that.
That's why you decided to write the song, The Promise, for this film, right?
That's one of the reasons, yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Enjoy the premiere. Bye-bye. See you.